I single-handedly got hundreds of employees fired and forced the corporation out of business. Technically, it's really our manager's fault for operating such a system in a restaurant, but I was the one that threw the wrench into the machine. The restaurant is a popular chain pasta place with dishes from all around the world. I worked there while I was in college, and I was pretty damn good at it. I was one of 2 sauté cooks. Because it was on campus, I was cooking 10 dishes at a time, often for hours on end. Very chaotic and very hard to keep pace, but I thrive in those environments. There were 8 substance dealers working there, including me. The head honcho was moving 20 pounds of grass and several ounces of snow a week. I didn't know it at the time, but apparently I was the very lowest tier of a massive substance ring. The head honcho would sell snow right out of the store. If you ordered a pad thai with Caesar dressing, it would cost $150 and you'd meet him in the bathroom for your 8-ball. He would drop dime bags at work and the manager would just pick it up and give it back. There was definitely back scratching going on. No one that worked there was even remotely a decent human, which is why I have no remorse. They were dishonest, thieves, sexist, racist, and just dangerous people to be near. The head honcho was very nice to me though. He would talk to me about how he and his cousin want to shoot someone for robbing them, and he'd listen when I'd say I don't think that's a good idea. You know, casual. As a small fry dealer being around big fries, I actually tried to make him think I was his friend. You know, like treating someone like a normal human. He took a liking to me and gave me massive discounts. After working there for over a year, I slipped and hurt my knee at work. The sauté line at the stove was just under knee height, and someone left a lid on the ground. That metal shelf front part slammed into my meniscus. My knee turned into a grapefruit overnight. After talking to another coworker, I learned that I could apply for workers' compensation. Since I was going to be out for a few days, I decided that it would be best if I could do that. I submitted my application the same day, but was then met with a result message. Thank you for your application. In order for your compensation to be completed, a substance test needs to be administered at a nearby location. Hell. No. I immediately canceled my application, but it was too late. Once my manager found out about this, he immediately took action. The manager called me the next day saying, "Hey, it has come to my attention that you don't have the business's best interests in mind and we have to let you go." It's an at-will state, so he didn't even have to tell me why. It was super messed up that I got fired from a job where I was liked and I was skilled just because there was a whisper of workers' comp. But the manager couldn't afford regional workers coming in and poking their noses around, so he decided to cut me. I was furious. I had so much passion for my job. I loved it beyond words. The coworkers were tolerable, but I was genuinely excited to come to work each day. I was not going to let that slide. I was left with no other choice, so I moved back to my old restaurant job from years ago. I got a phone call a week later. From my old manager. "Hey Jason, we need you back now." I laughed at the text message. "Sorry, I got another job." He instantly got back to me. "Regional workers are here. Come and vouch for me." This was my time to shine. I took my lunch break, and I ran over to the restaurant. Every single old coworker of mine was sitting in the dining room. There was an issue. Every worker was refusing to take a substance test. A regional worker stood up to me. "Jason, your old coworkers here are refusing to take a substance test. They claim you know why. Would you like to let us know?" My manager gave me a piercing, pleading look. I smirked. The company is a substance ring. Before they could respond, I walked back out. I had to get back to work. They shut down within a week. The regional manager found out some of what GM was allowing, started a corporate investigation, and turned it over to the authorities. He's not getting out anytime soon. Apparently, that entire cooperation was in shambles as soon as I left. I was the one that was keeping head honcho with a level head. He would tell me the crazy stuff about dealing with the Armenian cartel and the crazy things he plans to do. I was able to give him enough perspective to not do whatever he was going to. The head hunter stole $20,000 in cash, $15,000 in grass, and $10,000 in snow from all of the other dealers there. He was in the wind. He was the only other trained sauté cook. And since it's on a college campus with a massive football following, the line was out the door almost every day. The head honcho is the only one that has gotten away. While this is a fun story I share from time to time, it's a pretty powerful lesson about the dangers of relying too much on one person. I still get so much satisfaction from this memory.